Fix the, oh well, the sun's kind of bright, but that's all right. Anyways, I wanted to talk about something that I am called to speak on. It is June 16th. We are a few days before the Summer Solstice, which is on Monday, and then a few days before Father's Day, which is on Sunday. And I am on here because I wanted to talk about some ugly energy that I notice around this time of year, and it's always around this time of year. And you know, it's kind of like this conflict that I see usually pops up on social media, you know, between women and men. And the ugly energy really that I see is women coming from women. And the energy is angry ass women who have issues with fathers or their baby daddies or just whatever. So what I notice is just all these things about like women talking about, you know, I'm both the mother and the father, fuck Father's Day, you know, my baby daddy ain't shit, blah, 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 you know, or really just going in about how they are both mother and father. And really just kind of dishonoring Father's Day. And it's just really, really ugly. And it bothers me. And here's the reason why it bothers me. Because, first of all, women, we are not men. We are not men. You know, I don't have children. And so I don't know what it's like to be a single mother. But I was raised by a single mother. And, you know, yes, my father wasn't around, and there are some things with that. However, my mother never was that bitter woman who would basically talk shit about my father. She had her own issues with my father, but she never projected those onto me. So I was actually allowed to just grow up and create my own awareness and understanding about my father in his absence. So, you know, I will not speak for single mothers, but I am a woman. And as a woman, I don't find it beneficial to hold such anger against men. Even if you don't have a great relationship with your father's child or with your own father, there are plenty of examples around you of men who step up and show up as fathers and as men. So, you know, women go on social media and they start bashing men on Father's Day. Not only are they bashing their own children's father, but they're bashing their fathers, their uncles, their grandfathers, their brothers, you know, anybody who is a masculine energy and masculine support in their lives, whether they're fathers or not. And that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right to me. I have an issue with it. It's just very ugly, very dishonoring, because you don't see that for Mother's Day. You know, when we have Mother's Day, it's a very beautiful, honored, acknowledged holiday. I don't ever see men getting on Facebook and social media talking about fuck Mother's Day, fuck women, you know, I'm both mother and father. No, men aren't doing that. Women are the only ones getting on and saying that shit. And it's just ugly, first of all. So I want to call out the women for that, because it's very, very unnecessary. It's very mean. It's very bitter, and it puts up this really ugly energy. So that's the first thing that I want to speak on when it comes to Father's Day. Women, we really need to have a seat and let men have their day. Yes, like I said, I grew up without a father, and I've had a lot of issues around that. You know, because of course when you grow up without a father or a mother, you develop issues. However, what I had to learn as I got older and I started my own journey in healing is that I had to really address the issues I had with my father as him as an individual. You know, him and his issues were him as an individual. You know, he didn't represent all men. Okay? So whenever you get on and you talk shit about men, you're making generalizations instead of really addressing the issue that you have with that one particular man who's not representing all men. So that's the first thing, just off the gate. The second thing, like I said, women, we're not men. And this is another issue too, like, and I won't even get into my rant about feminism, but feminism in a lot of ways has got us all fucked up. First of all, we have a lack of understanding of what feminism is. But even more so, feminism has us really acting like we're men, and we're not. We need to basically stay in our lane. We need to stay in our lane. Now, on a spiritual level, Father's Day is not about us. Father's Day is a few days before the summer solstice. The summer solstice, if anyone has any background or understanding what the summer solstice is, astrologically, it's the day where the sun, it's the longest day of the year, where the sun is at its highest peak. And so at that point, it marks the first day of summer. And then from there, from summer solstice, the days start getting shorter. So that's what the summer solstice is. Now, on a spiritual level, the summer solstice is honoring fire, energy, and the sun. Both fire and the sun is masculine in nature. And so that's another reason why Father's Day is significant in June and a few days before the solstice, because it really is an honoring of the divine masculine. And so a lot of women, and it's interesting for me to see women who are so-called conscious or so-called spiritual, who go off in a negative tangent about Father's Day, because that shows that they have a lack of understanding about the spiritual connections between Father's Day and the summer solstice. So again, you know, this season is not about us women. We are in masculine seasons. The summer solstice is about honoring the divine masculine, the sun gods, the fire gods, the hunter, the leader, the planner, all of that masculine energy, right? So when we, go into June, we're going into the masculine energy of doing. So that's really what Father's Day is about. So, when I see women making Father's Day about them, I'm like, no, this isn't our season. We're in masculine seasons all the way up until November 4th, okay? So we have 4 feminine seasons of the year, and we have 4 masculine seasons of the year. From the end of spring all the way until the end of fall is all masculine seasons. And then starting from November 4th, which is planting, going all the way up until, I want to say, about the spring equinox, which is in March, that's when we start back with our feminine seasons. That's the reason why we have Mother's Day around in the springtime, because that's our season, all right? So, I'm pausing because, I got all worked up about this. And I really want to speak to my sisters. First of all, we're in a transition where we are stepping away from patriarchy and going more into the divine feminine. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we forsake or we dishonor the divine masculine. Honoring the male energy does not take away from our own energy as women and our femininity. And I think that's what I see a lot of when I see women upset about Father's Day, because it's almost as though they feel that if they acknowledge the divine masculine, that it's taking away from their own power as women, and that's not the case. The best way, the only way to cultivate your divine feminine and your goddess energy as a woman is to also acknowledge the divine masculine, honoring our men. And that is what Father's Day is all about. That's what the summer solstice is all about, honoring our men. And the other aspect of it too is the self-work that needs to be done, because as a woman, if you have any issues with the divine masculine, that means that those are issues within yourself that need to be addressed. If you're attracting men to you that are unhealthy, that means that you're unhealthy in your way as well. So when you put that energy out there, you're just continuing to perpetuate it. And so what you're really being called to do is to step back and do your own inner work and heal your wounds as a woman, so that way you can attract the type of masculine energy to you that is its most healthy. So ladies, have a seat on Father's Day. You know, honor the men. You know, you may not have a good example of a father of your child. Your father of your child may not be the best. Your own father may not be the best. But I'm pretty sure that you have uncles, you know, grandfathers, your friends, whoever, men around you that really step up and show up as men. And that's the energy that should be honored. That's where the energy should go to. You know, that's what deserves attention, not the negativity. Okay, so this ain't about us. You know, it won't be about us until the fall. You know, the rest of the summer is all about the sun, the fire, the masculine energy. And really just have a seat. Do your work. And heal those wounds that cause you to have all that anger and bitterness towards men. And if you don't have anything nice to say on Father's Day, just don't say anything at all. You know, because at the end of the day, if you're a single mother and you are not in the position to co-parent successfully with the father of your child, you still call that man into your life somehow. You still co-created that situation. You know, so there's no room for victims in this situation, in these cases. You know, if you got a man that's not around for whatever reasons, you know, do your inner work to find out why. You know, it's no victims here. So again, ladies, have a seat and you know, really connect to the seasons, connect to, you know, what the energy is really about right now. And, you know, again, if you're really all about that goddess and that divine feminine, then it's a must that you honor the divine masculine. And when you research and you do any type of, you know, reading about goddesses, there's so many stories of how goddesses love their men, love their gods, how they sacrificed for them. Read up about Venus and Isis and Lakshmi and you know, all these other goddesses. Really read up about them and how their interactions were with their divine masculine counterparts. And then you'll see what that really is about. You know, in order for you to embody the one, you need to acknowledge and honor the other. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say. Just making, you know, it's a quick video. I just kind of wanted to go off and talk. What I am going to do too is every day leading up to Father's Day, I'm going to publicly post and honor a man that I see who shows up in his divine masculine. Those who I see being great fathers, those who I see leading our men and our young boys, those who I see, you know, showing up for their women. You know, I'm going to, you know, do what I can to show love, to counteract that negative energy that I see, and hopefully to inspire, you know, the women to do the same. Okay? So peace and blessings. I'm on Chrysalis Sun. I'm on Facebook, Chrysalis Sun. I have a website. I'm on Instagram. You know, you can catch me there. I am a yogi, a energy healer, holistic healer. I do talks, workshops, all of that. So if you want to catch me outside of Periscope, just get on my website. I think it's in the bio, and you could just try to contact me through there, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm very reachable, very approachable. All right, thank you. Peace and blessings.